Hi, I'm Terry, and welcome to the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 17. I have some finished objects today to show you, and I have some works in progress also. So let's get started. Okay, so for my finished objects, let's see. Last week I showed you the cheeseburger that I made. Here it is again, I'll show it to you. Okay, so it just wasn't complete without French fries. So I found a little pattern to make a little order of French fries. So there you go. There's 8 different fries, 4 a little bit longer, and then there's 4 little short ones that you put that go in the front here. And then I also made the little container to put it in. This pattern I found, now the burger pattern came from there was a different pattern that I liked for to use for the burger, but then the fries came from a different pattern, and the fries came from a pattern by Sarah Duggan, and it's on Ravelry, and I'll put links to all the patterns. But anyway, so there you go. It took me just a few minutes to make, no big deal, but I think they look really cute together. I'll hold them up so you can see both of them. See? Okay. So I did that, and I also made another one of my princess amigurumis. Well, not mine, not my pattern, of course, but I made to continue on in my set. This one is Princess Aurora from the Sleeping Beauty. See if it'll focus. There you go. I guess it kind of looks like her outfit. The hair is done in strips that I had to stitch on to the head, and then you have the little crown at the top there. Anyway, there she is. Thought she turned out cute, so I'm going to add her to my collection. And this pattern is on the website called twoheartscrochet.com, I believe. And let's see, so I did that. Oh, and then I also made another baby hat. This one actually turned out larger than a preemie, but I do know that there are all sizes of babies in the NICU, because my son, when he was born, he was in the NICU for 10 days, and he was a big boy, so he was like the largest one in there. He was like 8 pounds, 10 ounces, but he was having a little difficulty, so he was in the NICU for 10 days, as I said. So anyway, here you go. I made a Winnie the Pooh hat. I think it turned out okay, I guess. He's not as cute, I don't think, as the puppy hats that I made, but the pattern was easy. I put the little white flecks there in the eyes, just to kind of give it some life to it, I guess. This pattern is from Amy Lehman, and I found it on Ravelry. So there you go. Think he turned out okay. Okay, so that is all my, the next finished object is kind of halfway finished. It is a finished object, but it's not. So I put it at the end to kind of transition into my works in progress. But last week I was telling you about some friends of mine on Facebook that were deciding to participate, I guess you'd say, in the 365 days of Granny Squares. Actually, this was done last year by Yarn Utopia, and this is she made a YouTube video each day demonstrating, or it's a tutorial, making a Granny Square type variation, I guess you'd say. So they're all different, you know. And so I picked out some Simply Soft yarn in about, I believe, 7 different colors, and so far I've done days 1 through 7. I know I'm not going to get one done per day, but we've just agreed, myself and my friends that are participating in this, just to encourage each other and show each other the blocks that we make, and just kind of go at our own pace. So I've done like I said, 1 through 7, so I'll show you them to you. That's number 1. It's just a basic granny square. And then it's number 2. And then I got number 3 right here. I thought that one turned out really cute. Number 4. Number 5. That one's a pretty one, I think. You see the flower there. And then number 6. As you see, I'm using more of the orange that I keep telling you all about that I have a lot of, so I've definitely wanted to put the include the orange in my color choices. And this one I think turned out really cute as well. So that's number 7. Okay, so what I did is when I started the first few, I believe hers have about 5 rows averaging, and I'm using an size H hook, which is a 5mm, I believe, yes. And when I did the 5 rows, my squares only turned out to be about 4 to 4.5 inches, something like that. They were pretty small. And as you see, that blanket I did here on the back of the chair, that one was the 4 to 4.5 inch squares as well, and I wanted these to be larger, so all I did was add some more rounds. I believe I just did 1 extra round, and then from there I kind of gauge each one that I do with the ones that I've done previously, because I want them to turn out the same, the same size or pretty close to it, enough where I can put them together at the end. Or when well, not at the end. I'm going to be putting them together like in, I don't know how many, but however many it takes to get the size of the blanket I want, and I'll put those together, and then I'll continue on and be making other blankets as I go along. So anyway, some of these at the end of the row, I finished the squares, and at the end of the row, like I believe possibly this one, I can't remember, but there was some that I had to add like an extra round of a certain size stitch, and I just kind of hold them up to the ones I've done before to kind of make sure that they're similar in size, so they can, when I join them, they will go together better. So anyway, so those are finished except for a few straggly ends, as you see. I do try to weave in the ends when I finish the block, because there are so many to have to do that I would hate to have to do them at the end. So there's the 1 through 7, but the fact that it's a whip is the fact that I'm got a whole lot more to do. So there you go. There's my transition into my whips. Okay, so my whips, which is works in progress, of course. What am I doing? Okay, so I'm still working on the 365 of the granny squares, and then but of course also I've always have to have at least 3 or 4 more whips going on at the same time, so I can switch things around. So I am working on the octagon baby blanket that I showed you last week. The website is woolcrafting.com, and here's as much as I've got done. I think, I can't remember where I stopped, but I think I was maybe on this yellow or this one. I think maybe this one. So anyway, I got a pretty good amount there done. The next one I will do is, I believe there's a pink, 1 single row of the pink like this, and then another section of the variegated, and then I do the yellow again. So I think it's turned out pretty cute. It's really soft, and it's a good project to do when you're watching, a movie, or not, like a DVD or something. Almost kind of a mindless pattern. Oh, I guess you'd say it is, because it's pretty much just repeat all the way around, each time. A little bit of a variation every few rows, but no big deal. So anyway, so there's that one. Let's see, and then I started 2 new projects, because I know my last episode was very blanket heavy, I guess you'd say. Oh, in fact, before I mention this other thing I'm doing, I want to discuss just a tad about the harmony blanket that I was doing, which is another scrap project, squares. Since we started this 365 days of Granny Square project, I think my Harmony blanket will kind of take a break and go on holiday, I guess, for a little bit. So that way I can show you a variety of different types of projects instead of just a lot of blankets. So that's what I'm going to do. So today I started 2 new projects that I want to show you. The first one is another play set. If you remember, or if you watched my earlier episodes, I did, let me find him. It's way back there in the back there. But anyway, it's the hiding tree set that I did, which was a lot of fun. It's a pattern by Sharon Oyala, I believe, yes. And so I wanted to do another play set. So this one I found on Ravelry, but it's actually a Lion brand pattern. And it is called the Down on the Farm Play Mat. See if I can get a good picture of it there to show you. I think you can see it, sorta. Anyway, and when it ends up being a round circle that's got a drawstring all the way around it. And so when you fold it up and pull the drawstring, it's like a bag, you know, kind of like my swirling bag that I made here. But of course not. I don't think shouldn't be near as big as this one though. But it does do that. It gathers up. But then when you lay it out flat, you have a little farm scene, and there's a little tractor and some little animals and a little duck pond. I think it's really cute. And the yarn I'm using is, I wanted something that would be more on the durable side, I guess you'd say. So I'm using the Red Heart Super Saver, and so far I've just got this. This will be the sky in the scene, I guess you'd say, and then you see I've started the grass right here. And then for the animals, now this is like a number 4 weight yarn, worsted weight yarn. And so for the animals, I believe it called for the little yarn skeins that Lion brand makes called the bonbons, I believe, and they're like, the weight on them is 2 or 3 or something like that. You know, it's a thinner yarn. And so what I did, let me grab this right quick. I ordered this on Ravelry. It was a set. It says 3 DK weight bonbons, and there are 50 in here, as you can see. So many different cute little colors and the little sizes. Let's see if it says. There's 28 yards in each one, and which would be 10 grams of yarn. And so I'm going to use these for the little small amounts of yarn that I need for the different ones. Here you go. I thought they were so cute, and I can't remember what I paid for it, but per bonbon it turned out to be a good deal. So this would keep me in a lot of small little projects, I'm sure. But anyway, sorry for the crinkling. This is all I've gotten done so far on it. But I think it's going to be cute, really cute little project for some little boy or little girl to play with, I thought. So I'm working on that. And then I also started, since I was kind of on a hamburger kick here lately when I made the burger, I found a drawstring bag. Let me get the picture here for you. It is right here. It's a drawstring bag that looks like a burger. I thought it was super cute. Now I've enlarged mine a little bit. That one, I believe you start with a circle and then you increase the circle until you get to 48 stitches around. Yes, 48 stitches around. So I did that, but it looked like the bag was going to be fairly small with the gauge that I was using. I'm also using an H hook, and I'm using the H hook actually for the farm set and also this bag. So anyway, what I did is I increased it 2 more rounds doing the same type of increasing, and so that made it to 60 stitches around. Okay, and then you go up 2 rows to curve it up, and then you start you got your meat right there that I used a darker brown, and then I have one row of the yellow for the cheese, and then I have two rows of the cherry red, which is the red heart, for the tomato. And then you keep going up, and the next one is green, and then and then you do the light brown again for the top bun, and then so many rows, and then you're doing your decreases or whatever. But anyway, I made it, like I said, 60 stitches around to make it a little bit larger. Once you get the bag made, then you go back and you do some embellishments. You know, you add some more texture to the tomatoes and the lettuce and that sort of thing. So there's stuff that looks like it's kind of hanging out. But I thought it was super cute. So I'm working on that hamburger bag. And that's really all my works in progress that I'm working on at the moment. Upcoming is, you know, I'm still working on my princess set. I've got, I don't know how many more princesses to go, but I have a few more to go, so I'm sure I'll get one of those started in the near future, I guess. I don't know if I'll work on that, start another one for this week or wait till maybe the next week. We'll see what the week brings. And of course I am still doing the preemie hats, and this is for the Halloween NICU hat drive, I guess you'd say. It's a local hospital in this area that I'm making these for, and I believe they want them by October 15th, I think. And so I will probably continue to make these until the first part of October, probably, before I get them all together and package them the way they need to be, and then hand them off to the friend of mine that's going to be taking them. So I'm sure I will be doing another. I definitely have a few more that I've got put on my into my Ravelry library that I want to do. There's a minion hat that's super cute, and a teddy bear hat, and a sock monkey hat I found a couple of patterns for. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to use yet, but they're super cute. So I'm going to be doing those, so they'll be coming up in future episodes. And what else? Oh yes, and I've been trying to work out a way to get my camera set up to possibly do a tutorial in the future. You know, I've been talking for several episodes about my favorite, I guess you'd say, join as you go method that I like to use to put my squares together. And I was thinking some people may be interested in knowing how to do that. I didn't come up with the pattern myself. It's just a favorite way that I like to do it. I think I got it from yes, I did. I got it from a pattern, one of my first blankets way back, the daisy square blanket that I was making, and I like the join method on that. And but it's not. I've seen the what do you call it? The pattern, not the pattern, but I've seen the process in doing it. Several people have made it. I believe it may be called the flat braid join. And so I was thinking I might do a tutorial to show you how I put them together. But we have to see, have to figure out how to do it. The thing about it is that I'm left-handed, and so I know the majority of the viewers are right-handed, and so I want to be able to make the video available for left-handers as well as right-handers. And so I'm not real savvy with the editing process yet, and so I need to see how I can figure out how to flip that. And anybody that has tips on how to do that, I know there are people that do release videos that way, where they will reverse, or I don't know if it's called reversing it or rotating or flipping it, I'm not sure, or mirroring it maybe, where I'm doing it left-handed, but it looks like it's somebody that's doing it right-handed. But anyway, that's kind of in the future. I'm not quite ready to do it yet, but just thought I'd share it with you and see what y'all think about it, and see what your feedback would be about that. And let's see, what else? Oh, do you want to see my fur baby? I'll pick him up so you can see him. Good boy. Oh, goodness, see? This is Teddy. Yeah, he's my fur baby. Yes, he is. And he loves to be my companion for when I'm crocheting, or anytime I'm sitting down. He thinks it's his job to be my companion in my chair. He loves to sit with me. He's just a mixed breed. Rescue dog, I guess you'd say, but he's been a great comfort to me. Last year I had kind of a rough year. I had several surgeries that I had to do, and so he was my companion from when I was healing and in my recovery. So that's my fur baby. I just wanted to show you. His name is Teddy. And let's see, I guess that's it really. Thank you so much for those that have subscribed to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, so that way you can come back each week and check to see my progress on my projects and see what else I've found to make to show everybody. I love sharing the things that I like to make with yarn with everybody, and I've made so many friends on YouTube. I've just really been having a fun time with it. So please subscribe to my channel and give me thumbs ups on my videos. And so I guess that's it. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks, and I'll see you next week. Bye.